Okay, that works good.
Yeah.
All right. Hey y'all.
Howdy.
All right, so we wanted to give you an update on the greenhouse and what we have decided about it for right now, and then also just kind of a general update of what's going on around here.
Yes.
So so at the greenhouse we had assembled it, or sort of assembled it at 24 feet. It's a 42 feet long is how big it can go, but we didn't need all that. So what we did was we assembled it at 24 feet, and then of course the plastic wasn't the right plastic, so we couldn't do that. So we looked into purchasing the plastic, and you have to have a one-piece roll to fit whatever size. So we would have to order the piece of plastic that would fit it at 24 feet in order to put it all the way together right now. But we're hoping that next year we'll be in a position to be able to put the whole thing together permanently somewhere. Yeah. So we decided that it would be a poor investment for us to go ahead to buy the plastic to fit this year, when in a year we're going to need to buy another roll of plastic. And it's really expensive too. So it's between a bad investment, plus it's just not an expense that we want to put out twice. Right. So we are just improvising with the greenhouse since we are past freezing temperatures at night, as far as we know.
For the most part.
For the most part, it's just cool. We can just go with everything crammed in that greenhouse and pull everything out during the day when it's sunny. And then if it is going to be freezing, we can just push everything back and go ahead and run the heater on low if we have to. Right. So we're just going to improvise with what we have for this year. It'll be fine. It's not a big deal. We're cool with that. And then we're just really stoked about this, though.
It's awesome.
I am beyond excited. Like, I'm beside myself when I think about all of the potential and the possibilities for our future with this high tunnel greenhouse. Like, I have like grand plans for it. So you'll definitely be seeing it in years to come on these videos and all of the cool things we're planning to do with it. So I guess that's about that on the greenhouse, and then we're gonna go show you how our transplants are doing in the raised bed.
Yep.
All right, so you can see our bed with our transplants. None of them died. Everything survived the transplant, which is awesome. That's great. And it looks like it's doing really well. We're excited, and we have tons of pea sprouts coming out. So.
Yes.
And yeah, so everything in this bed looks really good. You can see we're doing really well with weeds and grass in the other beds. No, it's not too bad. We'll have to get out here and weed it, and Derek, I'm sure, will till it again before we plant it anyway. So, yes. And he's gonna mow in here again. We just mowed the other day. That's how fast the grass is growing already.
Yeah, we mowed a week ago.
Is it a week now?
Yeah.
Okay, but it's growing real fast, so he's gonna have to mow it again. And when we put the beds together, I don't know if we mentioned or not, but what we were doing, we had the mowers over here. We actually were making sure we could fit the mowers between most of them. The narrow area is,
like right here between the fence.
It's gonna have to be weed eated, but for the most part we should be able to mow in between and keep the grass nice and low for us to be out here working in. But we're gearing up for planting in just a couple weeks, and I'm really excited about that. So
me too.
Let's go head over and check on the greenhouse and see how everything's doing in there. All right, so my herbs and flowers are out here, and some of my calendula is really sad. Like, yeah, it looked great, and then it got overheated and then overwatered, but it's my first time trying to grow it, so it is what it is. But everything else for the most part is looking really good. Everything's sprouted except for the St. John's wort, and I've never grown it before, and I didn't know. I just threw it in the pot, so I don't know what I need to read into how to grow it, maybe try again. But marigolds look good. Nasturtiums are really growing. We've had all of this stuff just out here, even at night, so it's been warm enough. And then tomato gutted in here. I can't even get it. I'm afraid I'm gonna knock that over. I'm not gonna try.
Yeah.
But you can see here, look in here at all these. Look how big everything has gotten. It's just thriving. And look at these peppers. The peppers were really, little baby peppers. They seemed like they were baby tiny forever, and then all of a sudden they're really like shooting up, and there's more coming out. So we have a little sprout, then we have the big pepper, and most of them have germinated. I threw in some more seeds because they hadn't germinated, and I've seen a couple of those pop up. And my sweet banana pepper, I have one sprout. So my soil, I'm not really sure what happened here, but somehow I ended up with weeds all in it. I feel like the kids must have thrown something in the wheelbarrow. So, but yeah, got a little sprout, so that's exciting. But overall, everything looks really good out here in the greenhouse. And I'm really excited.
Little greenhouse.
The little greenhouse as opposed to the ginormous one. It's not up yet. I'm totally geeking out about these tomatoes. I'm so excited. It's ridiculous. All right, let's see. Let's go check on Gertrude and see what she's looking like. And yeah, let's do that. All right, you can see Gertrude is getting fatter and fatter. She's looking good. She's just hanging out. We're waiting to see when she gets closer to having this calf. You know, like I said, we don't really know for sure. Probably the end of the month. So it could be in a couple weeks or so, but we shall see. It's a guessing game at this point. But she's really doing good. I mean, she looks so good.
They have plenty of grass to eat.
Yeah, she's enjoying the grass for sure. You got somebody checking you out.
Yeah, there's Mr. Sweeney.
Mr. Sweeney. She's like, just kidding. And then there's Pepper.
He kind of smells like a skunk.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I wonder.
He might have ran down a skunk and got sprayed. Her udder is really...
It is a lot. It's getting bigger. I mean, it's filling out more and more.
Yeah. Yep. Utterly ridiculous. Yep, she's looking good.
Getting closer and closer. Obviously.
I love the sound of the cows tearing the grass.
Yeah. So cows actually break it off and eat it, where horses will pull it out by the roots. They eat it down to nothing, but the cows graze it over and leave grass. So that's awesome, because that's why a lot of times when you go by small areas with horses, there's absolutely no grass. It's dry lots. It's because the horses just eat all the grass.
You have an itch, Gertie? If you weren't all wet and yucky, I would scratch it for you.
It's raining today, so I'm you know, I'm not like...
We're not being very hands-on.
I'm not cuddling her because we're getting ready to go out and run some errands, and I just don't want to be... I mean, not that the you know, smell of wet cow bothers me so much, but I don't want to be walking through Walmart and be like...
Stinking up the joint.
Yeah, I could be on like peoplewalmart.com or something, except for it would just be for smell-o-vision.
Yeah, she looks great.
She does look great. Oh, good. I got this piece of grass off of her side, and it's slimy with cow spit. Alrighty, well, she looks good. We're going to go run our errands, and that's about it for today.